The Chicago Bears are entering a season unlike any other, and all eyes are on the brand-new partnership between offensive mastermind Ben Johnson and rookie quarterback Caleb Williams. For months, fans in Chicago have been waiting to see how Johnson would unleash the former USC star. And now that the regular season is officially here, the picture is starting to get a whole lot clearer. Reports out of Hallis Hall suggest that the Bears are ready to dial up the creativity, tailoring their game plans not only to strengthen Williams' fundamentals, but also to put him in situations where his natural gifts as a playmaker can shine. That means the Bears are not going to hold anything back. They will coach him hard on the basics, but they will also embrace the part of his game that made him the #1 overall pick, the ability to improvise and create magic when plays break down. Throughout training camp, the message was consistent. Ben Johnson and his staff were relentless in drilling Williams on footwork, timing, reading defenses, and throwing with accuracy from the pocket. They wanted to challenge him to master the traditional responsibilities of an NFL quarterback. The goal was never just to let him freelance right away. Instead, Johnson wanted Williams to prove he could handle the structure before leaning into the chaos. That is why so much of camp was about pocket presence, pre-snap reads, and throwing on schedule. But now that the season has arrived, the Bears are prepared to marry those lessons with Williams' improvisational brilliance. It is a calculated balance. Teach him to play within the offense, then give him the green light to be special when the moment calls for it. And when we talk about Williams being special, it is not just hype. His best trait since his college days has always been his ability to make something out of nothing. Rolling out to his right, reversing field, throwing across his body, or turning broken plays into highlight reel touchdowns. That is what made him the most electrifying quarterback prospect in years. The Bears are not ignoring that part of his game. They are preparing to feature it in ways that make sense within Johnson's system. Expect to see more rollouts, bootlegs, sprint outs, and plays designed to move the pocket. These designs simplify the field, cut the reads in half, and give Williams the chance to either throw on the move or tuck it and run. It is the kind of setup that allows his mobility and creativity to shine without asking him to read the entire field every single snap. We already saw a glimpse of this approach in the preseason. On his very first snap in Johnson's offense against Buffalo, the Bears ran a simple bootleg that gave Williams an easy toss to his tight end. It was not flashy, but it was effective, and it highlighted the philosophy behind this offense. You do not need to complicate things for a rookie quarterback. Sometimes it is about creating straightforward, high-percentage plays that build rhythm and confidence while also playing to his strengths. Screens, quick slants, shallow crosses, and schemed-up two-read concepts will all be in the mix. It may look basic on the surface, but when executed correctly, it is deadly. That is how you get Williams comfortable early and set him up for the bigger moments later in games. Another area the Bears want to emphasize is tempo. When Williams was at his absolute best in college, it was often when the offense went no huddle and played fast. Less thinking, more reacting, just letting instinct take over. Johnson knows that. The plan will not be to run tempo all game long because that can gas your defense, but sprinkling it in at the right times could be the key to unlocking Williams' rhythm. Picture a drive late in the second quarter, the Bears pushing the pace, the defense scrambling, and Williams in complete command. Those are the moments where the rookie could look unstoppable. Of course, none of this works without trust in the supporting cast. And for the first time in a long time, Chicago has surrounded its quarterback with legitimate weapons. DJ Moore is a proven #1 receiver, someone who can win contested catches and turn short throws into explosive plays. The Bears added Zaccheaus, a versatile wideout who has already shown chemistry with Williams. They drafted talent, they have speed, and they have depth at tight end with Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett. In the backfield, DeAndre Swift adds another dimension, a player who can run between the tackles, but also line up wide and create mismatches in the passing game. This is not a barren roster. Williams does not have to play superhero on every down. His job is to execute the system, get the ball into the hands of his playmakers, and pick his moments to create magic when needed. Williams himself seems to understand this balance. In his recent press conference, he emphasized that the offense does not need constant highlight plays. His words were telling. The focus is on executing the fundamentals, running the right routes, protecting the quarterback, and simply letting the system work. That is maturity. He knows he has the ability to make special plays, but he also knows that NFL success comes from efficiency and trust in the scheme. It is a big shift from his USC days, when he often had to carry the entire offense on his shoulders. With this Bears roster, that is no longer the case. And here is the crucial point. Ben Johnson has a proven track record. We saw his offense thrive in Detroit for 3 straight years with Jared Goff, a quarterback with a very different skill set from Williams. Johnson made Goff efficient, accurate, and dangerous in a system built around timing, spacing, and play action. Now imagine that same structure, but with a quarterback who can escape the pocket, extend plays, and hit throws on the run. The ceiling is far higher. The Bears are not asking Williams to be Goff. They're teaching him some of the same disciplined traits, while also preparing to unleash the unique talents that only he possesses. That is why this season feels so fascinating. It is not just about whether Williams can survive as a rookie quarterback. It is about whether Johnson can design an offense that evolves week by week, blending discipline and creativity in a way that maximizes Williams' growth without overwhelming him. There will be ups and downs. Week 1 against Brian Flores and the Minnesota defense will not be easy. Flores loves to blitz and disguise coverages, and that is a tough opening test for any young quarterback. Mistakes will happen, but the Bears are playing the long game here. By the end of the season, the expectation is that Williams will not only look more comfortable, but also more dangerous, capable of executing the system while still making the breathtaking plays that only he can. Fans in Chicago are hungry for this transformation. They have watched years of quarterback struggles, years of offenses that looked broken before the ball was even snapped. But now, with Johnson calling plays and Williams under center, there is real hope that the Bears can finally turn the page. The combination of structure and freedom, of coaching and natural talent, could be exactly what this franchise has been missing. The question is no longer whether Caleb Williams has the talent. That much is obvious. The question is how quickly Ben Johnson can blend that talent into a complete quarterback who can lead this team into the future. When you look at Caleb Williams stepping onto an NFL field, the excitement is undeniable, but so is the pressure. Chicago has been waiting decades for a quarterback to truly change the trajectory of the franchise, and Williams carries that weight on his shoulders. The Bears know that if they get this right, the entire direction of the team could shift for years to come. That is why Ben Johnson's role is just as important as the rookies. Johnson is not just a play caller. He is a teacher, a designer, and now, in many ways, a partner to a young quarterback who needs the right guidance at the right time. This is not about drawing up trick plays to wow the crowd. It is about building a foundation that can support Williams through the challenges of a rookie year, while giving him opportunities to display the brilliance that made him the top overall pick. The learning curve will be steep. Every rookie quarterback faces defensive looks they have never seen before. Defensive coordinators in the NFL are relentless, and they will test Williams with disguise coverages, blitz packages, and pressure from every angle. That is why the fundamentals drilled throughout the offseason matter so much. Timing, footwork, reading the defense before the snap. Those are the tools that keep a young quarterback from drowning. Johnson knows Williams cannot simply rely on improvisation at this level. You can get away with freelancing in college, but in the NFL, defenders are faster, smarter, and more disciplined. The difference this year will be how Williams learns to combine the structure with his natural creativity instead of depending on one or the other. Already, there are signs of progress. In the preseason game against Buffalo, Williams looked calm and controlled, delivering on-time throws and operating from the pocket with confidence. That is the exact growth the Bears wanted to see. He is still capable of pulling out a dazzling play when things break down, but he is showing the ability to win within the system as well. It is a delicate balance. Too much freelancing, and you risk turnovers, sacks, and stalled drives. Too much structure, and you risk taking away what makes him unique. Johnson's task is to find that middle ground, and he has been preparing for it since the day he accepted the job. The weapons around Williams will make that process easier. In Detroit, Johnson used motion, spacing, and creative route combinations to scheme players open. Expect the same in Chicago, where the talent pool is arguably more dynamic. DJ Moore is the perfect receiver for a young quarterback, a reliable target who can win in multiple ways. He is strong enough to dominate at the catch point, but also quick enough to separate underneath. Zaccheaus has already flashed chemistry with Williams, giving him another dependable option who can move chains. Then there's the tight end duo of Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett, who provide big, athletic bodies in the middle of the field. That combination of talent gives Williams outlets on every level of the field, and Johnson will make sure those outlets are accessible with well-timed designs. Running back, DeAndre Swift might quietly become one of Williams' most important allies. Johnson has always valued backs who can catch passes and create mismatches, and Swift is tailor-made for that role. By motioning him out wide, lining him up against linebackers, or using him on quick swing passes, the Bears can give Williams simple reads and easy completions that still generate explosive potential. Add in the potential for play action with Swift in the backfield, and the offense starts to feel balanced in a way Bears fans have not seen in a long time. But for all the talk about playmakers and creativity, the offensive line may be the real deciding factor. Williams cannot show his full arsenal if he is constantly running for his life. The Bears invested heavily in improving protection, and that will be tested right away against aggressive defenses. Johnson's scheme will help, using quick throws, moving pockets, and creative protection calls to ease the burden, but ultimately the line has to hold up. If it does, Williams will have the time to show what he can do, both in rhythm and off-script. If it does not, then his rookie season could become a survival mission, no matter how talented he is. Williams' mindset gives Chicago reason for optimism. His press conference comments made it clear that he understands this is not college anymore. He does not need to be the hero on every snap. He does not need to carry the offense by himself. He just needs to trust the system, trust his teammates, and deliver when called upon. That kind of maturity is rare in a rookie, and it suggests that he is already buying into Johnson's long-term vision. It also suggests that he has learned from mistakes, particularly at USC, where he sometimes tried to do too much and ended up taking unnecessary hits or forcing bad throws. The NFL punishes those kinds of errors even more severely, so Williams accepting that balance early is a sign of growth. There will still be bumps along the way. No rookie quarterback navigates a season without mistakes. Williams will throw interceptions. He will miss reads. He will have games where the defense gets the best of him. What will define his first year is how quickly he responds to those moments. Does he let them snowball into bigger problems, or does he reset, learn, and attack the next drive with confidence? Johnson's role is to keep him steady through those ups and downs, reminding him that growth is not linear, but progress is always possible. The Bears' schedule will not do him any favors. Opening against Minnesota and Brian Flores' aggressive defense is like being thrown into the deep end. Flores loves to send pressure and force quarterbacks to make lightning-quick decisions. For Williams, it will be a crash course in adjusting protections, reading blitzes, and getting the ball out before the pocket collapses. These are the kinds of matchups that could look rough in a moment, but will pay off later in the season as the rookie builds experience. And for Chicago, that is the long-term view. Take the growing pains now, so that by December, Williams is more comfortable, more confident, and more dangerous. The truth is, Chicago is not expecting perfection in year one. What they are expecting is progress, a visible step forward from the quarterback position that has haunted the franchise for decades. They are expecting Williams to look more comfortable by week 18 than he did in week 1. They are expecting flashes of brilliance along the way, moments that remind fans why he was chosen to lead this team. And they're expecting Johnson to continue proving why he was one of the most coveted coaching hires in football. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL, the Chicago Bears reportedly stunned fans across the United States by announcing the acquisition of Micah Parsons, the dynamic linebacker from the Dallas Cowboys. While nothing is officially confirmed, sources close to the situation suggest that the Bears are positioning themselves for a dramatic reshaping of their defense, and bringing in Parsons would instantly catapult them into serious contention. Parsons, known for his unmatched combination of speed, power, and football IQ, has been one of the most talked-about players in recent seasons. His ability to disrupt opposing offenses, whether rushing the passer or dropping back in coverage, has earned him a reputation as one of the league's premier defensive talents. The idea of him donning a Bears jersey has sparked feverish speculation, with fans and analysts alike debating how this move could alter the NFC landscape. Chicago's front office has remained tight-lipped, fueling the rumor mill even further. The whispers suggest that negotiations were intense, with the Bears reportedly offering a package that the Cowboys found difficult to ignore. The implications of such a deal are enormous. A defensive unit already rich in young talent would suddenly have a generational player at its core, potentially transforming Chicago into a team to be feared in every matchup. Social media erupted almost immediately after the news broke, with Bears fans expressing both disbelief and excitement. Memes, highlight reels, and speculative discussions flooded Twitter, Instagram, and fan forums, each attempting to dissect what Parsons' arrival would mean for the team's championship ambitions. Meanwhile, Cowboys supporters reacted with shock, some hinting at behind-the-scenes tensions that may have made such a trade possible, even if temporarily. NFL insiders caution that, while the buzz is real, nothing is set in stone. Trades of this magnitude are complex and involve numerous moving parts, including salary cap considerations and long-term strategic planning. Nevertheless, the very fact that the Bears are linked with Parsons, arguably one of the league's most electrifying defensive players, has already changed the narrative of the offseason. The rumor alone has made Chicago the epicenter of football conversations nationwide. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.